And welcome back to the Northeast Florida Surf Fishing Forecast. This video was shot Monday afternoon next to the Jacksonville Beach Pier. As you can see, the water was absolutely gorgeous. And this was pretty much up and down all the beaches in Northeast Florida. Clean water, guys. Light east winds. Did switch a little bit more to the southeast late Monday night. But it's already backing off at the time of this recording, so water should still be very nice for Tuesday. Also, the pompano are showing up in full force. We're going to talk about the water temperatures, and that's why they're here. And as you can see, the jelly balls are also everywhere still. Water is very clear. I saw about 150 pound stingray swimming in shallow. Did not have my phone at the time. I wish I had it because it would have been a heck of a shot. Like I was saying, guys, the pompano are here. Right now in Jax Beach, the water temperature is 69 degrees. Go a little bit north of Fernandina at 67. Flagler Pier, 72. So we are good as far as water temperature. The pompano bite's only going to get stronger for the next few weeks. Clams, fresh clams, crab knuckles, they are still hitting some shrimp. Sand fleas have not been as great of a bait as they usually are. And one of the reasons why is, guys, in Jax Beach last year at this time, I was catching bucket loads of sand fleas already. They're not there. Maybe a handful I've seen the last 2 weeks. Got to go at night to find them. They're not there during the day. A lot of the fish I'm cleaning are just full of coquina clams, the little donacs. Not many sand fleas in them. So that's why I suggest if you're going for the pompano, use that clam. Also pick up some fish bites, the coquina clam flavor. I'm not sure this is it. Easy flea flavor. See that easy flea? Let me get the coquina just to show y'all. Well, it's in my truck. Sorry about that. But that's the clam. I like this color right here. And what I do with it, I cut it small pieces, put it on the hook, and then I'll put the clam. So that way you're doubling up your chances of getting these fish, because if they hit the clam and take it off, guess what? They're still chewing on that fish bite. And it tastes good, and they're not going to give up on it, and they're going to end up hooked and in your cooler, hopefully. The salmon colored beads are working well. And I'll just say this, if you're using shrimp, I would take off all hardware, just straight fluorocarbon leader, because if you are using shrimp and with colored floats and all of that, the bluefish right now are, I'll say, horrendous. I know I don't eat them. I've eaten them, they're not bad. But they are, when you're going after pompano, these guys, they are taking over. I was in the surf the other day and I must have caught them every single cast, and I finally just put on some clam and they stopped touching it and caught a few pompanos. So keep that in mind. If you do want the blues and you don't want to use your regular bait, bring a spinning rod or whatever you can throw a light tackle with and use one of these guys called a gotcha. Like I said before, I don't like using wire leader for them because it just doesn't have the same action. So I use fluoro, 25, 30 pound. Basically what you do is throw it out and just keep like that. You really don't want to let it hit the bottom. If you do, you can jig it up, I guess. But bluefish and Spanish will tear these up. And if you are using the fluorocarbon after every fish, make sure to fill the line. If you got any frays, cut it and retie it, because I've seen more than one nice Spanish mackerel lost because somebody didn't fix that cut, that nick. Pompano will also hit these. They're not, you probably won't limit out on them, but talking to my friend, one of his buddies got a 16-inch pompano on one Monday midday. When the pier was open, people throwing gotchas off the end for Spanish and blues constantly caught pompano on them. So if you're getting a good little hot bite of pompano, You have one of these, it doesn't hurt to throw it out. They hit it. Remember, pompano are in the jack family, so they are quite aggressive. They'll go after jigs and lures as well. So I've caught them throwing, gulp on a jig head, trying to catch trout in the surf, and the pompano hit it. So they got a small mouth, but they got a feisty appetite, and if they can get their mouth on it, they'll eat it. Whiting bite has slowed down quite a bit, and that has probably something to do with all the bluefish and the very clean water. So when this phase of bluefish move on and they sort of thin out, I think the whiting bite will be much better. It won't be like it was a few weeks ago, but there'll still be some nice fish caught. They will hit the sand fleas when the sand fleas show up in this area. So just keep watching for them. If you find a good school of sand fleas, put one on and throw it out. Stingrays also eat them, so if you get a fish on and the rod just doubles over and you can't pull it off the bottom, it's a stingray. And lots of times they're the big ones. I had one on Friday that I fought for about 30 minutes and got him about 5 feet from me in the shore. And he decided not to move anymore, so he popped the rig. There's nothing I could do. He was too big for me to try to pick up safely, so I don't feel like going to the hospital with a stingray barb. So I'd rather lose a few hooks and let him swim off. But other than that, there's been some redfish caught in the surf, some black drum. The drum are hitting the shrimp. And like I said, tons of bluefish. One thing that I have not seen too much of in this area, I know they've been down south, is ladyfish yet, which isn't a bad thing for us guys who like to catch the eating fish. Those ladyfish can be pretty bad too. Oh, something of an anomaly going on here in Northeast Florida too. We've had clean water now for about 3 or 4 days, but the big old sail cats, usually they only show up in the dirty water. They are ferocious the last few days. And it's not all over the beach, it's in certain areas. So if you are in one of those areas where you're catching these sail cats pretty steadily, best thing you can do is one, cut your rig off. If your rig has all that slime on it, I was taught a long time ago that that slime is like an attractor for other catfish. And just from experience, if I don't clean that slime off or change rigs, it seems like catfish after catfish. But pack up and move down the beach to a new spot, because these catfish are schooling fish. So if you get an area where it's just a big school, that's all you're gonna catch. And they will eat everything. They'll eat mullet, crabs, fish bites, everything. It is what it is. As far as the rest of the water temperatures, like I said, Jack's Beach is 69, Fernandina 67, Flagler 72. That also means very shortly, we're gonna start to see some of these kingfish moving along the beach. So if you got a kayak, it's worth trying. Just watch the Spanish and bluefish, and when you see those school of pogies start showing up and getting busted, a lot of times it's nice kingfish or big jacks and tarpon. It's a lot of fun, guys. The water should stay clear most of the day Tuesday. We got northeast winds 5 to 12. It'll probably switch more over to the southeast in the afternoon. And then on Wednesday, looks like we might have another front coming through. Wednesday, we have west winds 15 to 20, which could dirty up the water in shallow. If the water's clean when this west wind starts, we don't get any south, I think it might stay pretty clean. So Tuesday and Wednesday look to be the days to fish in the surf, because on Thursday, they're calling northeast winds 15 to 25. That current's gonna be screaming. Hopefully it doesn't dirty up the water for Friday fishing, because on the weekend we have some more south winds coming and they look pretty strong on Saturday. Also, I'm trying to look at this coming Saturday from about 8 to 9:30 a.m. in the morning for the next surf fishing seminar. We will meet in the pier parking lot, and we'll do it next to the pier. There's a nice sandbar there that I can point out just so people know what they're looking for. They start charging for parking at 10, so if we get there at 8, an hour and a half should be plenty of time. And if you're able to come, please leave your name in the comments. I just want to know how many people we might be expecting. And that's it. Hopefully I'll have a report for you guys tomorrow with the water. Should be clean. Send me your reports. We'll put your picture on the reports so all the world can see them. Until next time, guys, tight lines.